Have you seen the Mimi and Nikko sex tape?
I only saw the trailer.
What was your reaction to the trailer?
Um, shit, man. You know what? I was just shocked. Like, I was taken because I was like, okay, so you mean to tell me the bag was stole, and all of a sudden this tape ends up at Vivid? Like, it's just kind of crazy to me, the whole situation. Watching the sex tape, it didn't seem like no iPhone swag where you like, babe, put your head down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, over here, over here. It seemed like it was more like a little production swag going on with it. So, I don't know, man. To each his own. If that's what people doing, that's them. I just feel like, you have a child involved, you have family, and sometimes when you're doing certain things, you need to think about how it affects people's life around you and your children and stuff like that.
Just assuming that the story is true, the way they presented it. And I actually interviewed Mimi and Nikko about this. And it's actually supposed to show up on one of the episodes of Love and Hip Hop this season. But, let's just say that the story, the way they stated, is correct, which is they made a whole movie, the bag got lost, and, Vivid, the porn company Vivid got a hold of it, and they said, okay, we could either put it out with your consent and you get paid off of it, or we could leave it alone, but, since it's out there, there's a good chance that it's just going to leak on the internet anyways. If you were faced with that exact situation, what would you do?
I wouldn't, because I wouldn't do a tape. I wouldn't film having sex, period.
So that's something that you 100% would never do under any sort of situation.
The reason why I feel like that is because the first thing you think about, or majority of people, is it leaking, it getting out. You leaving your phone getting stole. If you're using your phone, you're something. And my thing is, I got kids. Like, I ain't trying to, put myself out there like that. I got values, and it's like I'm not down to nobody who do it, because a lot of people do it, and that's floats your boat. That's you. I ain't mad at you, but for me, I wouldn't do it.
Have you talked to Mimi about it?
Yeah, watch the show, but at the end of the day, I'm not judging Mimi, because she's a grown woman, and she's and she has to live with her decisions. I'm not judging her, and we had conversations about how she feel about me and my situations, and she's not judging me and the decisions I make, and it's just real talk. I just, everybody has an opinion when it comes to something so big as whole shit just out there like that, but she's dealing with it, she's coping with it, she's in the clubs making her bread, holding up the shower curtains, doing her thing, and if she can live with it, shit, why can't I?
Do you think it's going to be a hard conversation having, talking to her daughter about that once her daughter is old enough and manages to get a copy of it herself?
I'm not sure if the conversation between her and her daughter is going to be as hard as the different situations that her daughter may have to deal with when people come at her with it. You get what I'm saying? As a young kid, like, nowadays the internet is so bananas, and these kids be out here, they be bullying each other, and they be threatening each other and stuff like that. So those are the type of things that I think she's gonna have to figure out a way to try to do something about. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, she's not gonna be with her child when she's at school, unless she do homeschooling, or out in public places, and she's not gonna be able to control what other people may say or bring to her child. So I think that it's gonna take more than a conversation, period.